Hello and welcome to the expansive RPG world of Greedfall. In this, I will be detailing all of the character classes in the game, explaining their skills and overall utility, while also hopefully teaching you a little bit more about the core systems in the game along the way. Choosing the right starting class is fairly important since it dictates your initial skills, attributes, and influential talents, which affect certain skill checks throughout the game that can branch quests in entirely unique ways. You are not entirely locked into these class choices, and you can instead dabble in a little of everything to be a jack of all trades if you so desire. Now let's finally get out of this strangely gorgeous opening segment and dive into the differences between all of the classes available in Greedfall. First off, the magic-focused class in the game that uses the power of their divine rings to shoot projectiles from a distance, while also being able to get their hands a little dirty with their secondary one-handed melee weapon. While many enemies in the game have armor that mitigates incoming physical damage, the standard attacks and spells from the magic user will bypass all of their armor, hitting straight to their core health, which can easily shut down the tankiest opponents. These attacks and spells do function off your mana resource, and you'll need to balance out your ranged abilities with up-close melee combat as you eagerly await for your mana to regen, or of course you could always just line your pockets with a plethora of mana potions. As you branch out deeper into the magic side of your skill tree, you gain access to a spell that inflicts stasis, which freezes enemies in place, a magic barrier that protects from some oncoming damage, a close range knockback that can get you out of a bind, an effective healing spell, a lightning dash that functions as a short teleport, and lastly your ultimate skill Storm, which functions off your Fury gauge, that inflicts stasis in a large area of effect and can even weaken enemies when further spec'd into. Also, your initial talents start you down the path of science and intuition, where the former allows you to craft potions, ammo, and destroy some walls you come across with your varied concoctions, while the latter allows you to gather more loot, explore the map more effectively, and gain access to otherwise inaccessible dialogue options. The magic user is the vital backbone to any team composition and can be devastating when they're firing off their spells to full effect, but like I mentioned before, this is all balanced out by having to micromanage your precious mana resource. Next up, the Warrior, who, no surprises here, focuses on close quarters melee combat and large two-handed weapons. The advantages of wielding such huge weaponry is their effectiveness at breaking enemy armor gauges, while also interrupting, stunning, and knocking down anyone fool enough to challenge you. In Greedfall, armor has a balance stat that affects your overall stability, and enemies who have a fairly low value in this will easily be knocked off balance by the Warrior's powerful hits. When pushing further into the Warrior skill tree, you will find an evasive dodge roll, the same healing spell shared from the magic class, 2 skills that allow you to wield heavy weapons, and lastly your ultimate skill Fury, which increases your overall attack speed for a time and can even heal you when you further invest into it. The initial talents of the Warrior put you down the path of craftsmanship and vigor, where the former will allow you to further improve your weapons and armor, which is an impressively detailed system all to itself, and the latter, which provides you with improved HP and mana regen outside of combat, increases your overall ammo capacity, and also allows you to jump, climb, and navigate to areas usually inaccessible to the more clumsy adventurers. Overall, the Warrior is a decently straightforward class that requires little micromanagement of skills, which allows you to focus on the core aspects of attacking, dodging, and parrying incoming attacks to stay alive. Lastly, the technical class that excels in pre-planning, laying down traps, and inflicting ailments. Firearms and fast one-handed weapons are the technical's forte, and you'll find tons of depth hidden within this class. Working your way down this path will provide you with a plethora of traps, different thrown vials, the same dodge and knockback skills gained from the Warrior and magic trees, various weapon coatings, and the powerful Bomb Fury skill, which damages a large area of effect and can also poison groups of enemies when fully spec'd into. Now, I've been passively mentioning the Fury skills up to this point, but let's take a moment and go over how this valuable resource actually works. You build up your Fury gauge by attacking or parrying incoming attacks, which can be partially spent to use your weapon-specific critical attack, or stocked up till it's completely full to expend it all at once to perform your powerful class-specific Fury skill. Now back to the technical class, its starting talents put you down the path of science and lockpicking, where like I mentioned before, the former allows you to craft potions and ammo, while the latter allows you to break into locked chests in various establishments that you may or may not be welcome in. Overall, the technical is exactly how it's described, quite technical, and is easily the one class that benefits the most from your ability to freeze combat at any moment to plan out your next move in tactical mode, because this class gives you a wide range of tools to help you counter nearly every situation. And those were the three primary classes in Greedfall, and all of what I explained can be mixed and matched in various ways, which makes these systems all quite flexible. Don't fret if you make it 10 hours into the game and then decide you don't like your class, because you can obtain memory crystals that allow you to fully respec your skill tree, attributes, and traits with really no penalties whatsoever. On a personal side note before I go, I'm incredibly impressed with Greedfall, and it continues to not only be one of the most surprising RPGs of 2019, but also one of the best new IPs I've seen come along in quite some time. If you happen to enjoy my style of informative content, consider subscribing to the channel, clicking that little bell icon if you already are, and following me on Twitter at BoomstickAlex. If you want to go above and beyond to help show you appreciate the attention to detail I put into my videos, consider checking out the perks I provide to my YouTube members and patrons, who greatly help to improve this channel, just like these awesome top supporters do right here. As always, this has been Alex from Boomstick Gaming, and thanks for watching.